A man stranded on a desert island, fighting to survive. That's Robinson Crusoe. So what connects that castaway with the Great North Road? All will be revealed as this video unfolds, so keep watching. The Great North Road had an history of highwaymen.
Stand and deliver!
And there were plenty of hold-ups on every stagecoach route, and we still have hold-ups to this very day. We had 4 on the way into Bawtry. But back to the stagecoaches, and the mail coaches were operated by the post office, and a guard would sit at the back, armed with a blunderbuss and 2 pistols, ready to shoot any highwayman who dared to stop the mail coach, but sometimes it didn't work.
Drop that gun!
The guard also sounded the post horn, which eventually was adopted by fox hunters, but was originally sounded on the approach to the gates of turnpikes to ensure the gatekeeper opened the gate, because the mail coach was exempt from paying the turnpike tolls, and if a gatekeeper didn't open the gate, he'd be fined an awful lot of money, or perhaps even hung. The Great North Road ran from London to Edinburgh, but at first it was a Roman road from London to York and was called Ermine Street. Then later it branched west at Grantham to avoid the Humber ferry, and this stretch is between Doncaster and Bawtry, just inside South Yorkshire. The mail coach didn't mess about, and although they carried private passengers, those passengers didn't have a great time, because the mail coaches had to keep to schedule, and so would ignore passenger requests to stop for refreshment or even the loo, so it was better for them to take a private stagecoach, but they were more at risk of being held up. Even so, the horses needed to rest and take on food, just like EVs need to take on charge, but unlike EV users, the mail coach couldn't waste time, so changed horses instead. And coaching inns set up along the route where horses were stabled, ready to be swapped over. The average speed for a stagecoach was just 8 to 10 miles per hour, but that wasn't bad for only 4 horsepower. It could reach 20 miles per hour downhill, but would be at walking pace uphill, and after anything from 3 to 5 hours the horses must have been exhausted, so the stagecoaches took it in stages, hence their name. And just like many of today's motorways have services every 20 miles or so, strategic towns 20 to 25 miles apart had coaching inns where horses were kept, and that may be where the saying, "I have to stop to water my horse," came from. Bawtry was unusual in being half the usual distance between stages, but it also had east to west traffic, and was known as a 12th century trading hub. The name Bawtry could come from an early landowner, maybe someone called Bala, and perhaps Bala had a tree, like Bawtry, then Bawtry, and now Bawtry. But some think it hints at something older, maybe a sacred tree. In pagan times, trees marked boundaries, meeting places, even sites of worship. Could there once have been a revered tree here, remembered long after it fell? We'll never know, but in a place where kingdoms met and battles were fought, it wouldn't be surprising. Bawtry sat near to the site of the Battle of the River Idle in 616 AD, a frontier landscape where kings clashed and legends took root. But by the 12th century, things had changed. The town had become a busy inland port, using the River Idle to ship lead from the Derbyshire mines, along with wool, timber, grain, and all sorts of cargo, heading downriver to the Trent and out to the Humber. As traffic declined, the roads took over, and Bawtry found itself on the Great North Road, the main route between London and Edinburgh. You'd think it was a major mail coach stop, but it wasn't quite. The Crown Inn had a post room, but it mainly served east-west travellers heading between Sheffield and who knows where. The real action on the North Road came at the Swan Inn, one of the town's oldest coaching inns, where horses were changed and passengers rested. I can't find the Swan Inn these days. It must have been pulled down. Coaches thundered through day and night, but Bawtry was more of a pass-through than a hub. Still, the town thrived on the traffic, with stables, blacksmiths, inns and alehouses lining the road. One of the most famous travellers to pass through Bawtry was Daniel Defoe, better known as the author of Robinson Crusoe. Now do you get the link? In the 1720s he came this way, gathering material for his book A Tour Through the Whole Island of Great Britain. He described Bawtry as a handsome, well-built town, noting its inns, its trade and its position on the Great North Road. Defoe also mentioned the town's two conveniences. We came to Bawtry, part of which stands in Yorkshire and part in Nottinghamshire. It's a town blessed with two great conveniences. No, not them. And 3 centuries later, not much has changed. Bawtry might not be a mail stop or a major port anymore, but it's still a place where travellers pull over to rest, grab a bite, and yes, use the loo. A town that's always been there when you need it, whether on a horseback, in a coach, or just passing through in a van. Defoe moved on, as all travellers do, but he left us 2 stories, one about Bawtry, and another, rather more famous one, about a castaway on a desert island. So, Daniel Defoe is what connects Robinson Crusoe with the Great North Road. And now you know. Thanks for watching.